What is up, everybody? Superverse TV here today. So we're gonna talk about this journalist that got triggered by the grunts dialogue in Halo Infinite. So apparently some Xbox guys called this guy out because it's kind of like, really, who gets triggered by the dialogue of the grunts? The little like the alien little like peon enemies that you fight against. People like got legit triggered about that dialogue. Now, me personally, I don't have a problem with that dialogue. I actually enjoy like the aliens' dialogue when they're just talking amongst themselves, especially when you pop up. They have some pretty interesting dialogue. Apparently, this got triggered. So, this is that digital trends, as the title states. Halo Infinite's talkative grunts are bad stand-up comedians. So let's see what this guy had to say. I'm trying to skim through some of this stuff as well too. So this guy says, I have played every mainline Halo title with the exception of Halo 5 and have always been bothered by one thing. The grunts. They are the cannon fodder enemy type which is meant to fill in ranks and give players something they can mow down without much thought when not facing off against tougher enemies like elites. In the early days of the series, they were perfectly fine enemies that were spawned to melee attack. They made goofy sounds when attacked, which injected a bit of levity into an otherwise melodramatic series. So it wasn't long before the developers doubled down on that joke, making them more explicitly comedic with one-liners. Great humor has always been hit or miss, but Halo Infinite takes the hackiness to an overbearing level at the expense of the game's tone. Really? This like legit bothered this guy. Like, what is going on with these journalists? Like, I didn't put too much thought into the dialogue that the little enemies make, that these little enemies right here make when you attack them. I was like, really? I mean, I thought some of the stuff was kind of funny, like the dialogue is definitely improved in this game over the previous games, but this guy was really triggered by this. So he says, around the time of Halo 3, grunts started talking a lot. They would shout and flail around at the Mirror Master Chief, wailing various quips in their squeaky voices. They ran away begging for their lives while players chased them down with machine guns, grenades, etc. That's been buffed up more for Halo Infinite, but the comedy wears thin fast, like a Marvel movie, and this guy also hates Marvel movies as well too. So he says grunts just can't stop throwing out quippy lines that start to grate the longer the journey goes on. At least Marvel movies are over in under 3 hours. Now I don't know, this is like the trend now just to hate Marvel movies because it's really popular. Because I don't know where this just sudden hate from Marvel just came from all of a sudden with people. Like, I don't know, just the cool thing to try to hate on Marvel because it's so popular. Like literally Marvel is like putting the movie industry on its back right now. It's like the theater industry would probably be in shambles if Marvel didn't release these movies in theaters. So let's continue on from this though. The over-reliance on comedic relief goes against the tone of the series. Halo is about space genocide, religious extremism, war, and other heavy concepts. Laugh has always helped lighten the mood, but Infinite takes it so far that it puts me in a moral conundrum. Grunts are the equivalent of toddlers on the battlefield. Really? I wouldn't go that far with it. It's like they're meant to be like the peon type enemies, but they're not toddlers. I mean, you can still get killed. I don't know. I guess it would be kind of hard to be killed by a grunt, but it's still possible. If you're not paying attention, you can still get killed by one of these grunts, though. So I wouldn't go as far as like a toddler. The grown-worthy grunt jokes speak to a wider issue with Infinite, rather than focus on what makes a unique universe of which there's plenty to explore. Developer 343 Industries stuffs the game full of lame one-liners they feel that were plucked from a Borderlands game, which I don't find very funny either. What does he find funny then? Like, what does he enjoy there? It seems like, I don't know. He just seems like he's like a killjoy, like he's like a big Debbie Downer. I don't know. What's frustrating is there was a way to do this without completely flipping the series tone. There's a specific skull in the series called IWHBYD. I would have been your daddy. That says NPCs say rare or unique dialogue. Okay, so there's a skull that does that. I didn't know that. But yeah, I don't see why is he complaining about this? I don't see what the big deal is. They make jokes now. They have more interesting dialogue than they did in previous games. I don't see how that's a bad thing. So I don't know. But definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. We're going to see some other people who comment about this guy's article right here. So this guy says, them grunts are so funny, and this is a perfect example of today's journalism and gaming. Infinite grunts are the best ones. Yeah, I definitely think the grunts in Infinite they definitely have the best dialogue out of all the Halo games. I wasn't seeing this issue where it's like they just keep telling these awful jokes over and over again. Well, I don't know, because I got a sense of humor. I don't know. Like it wasn't even a thought. It wasn't even a thought in my head while I was playing the game that these grunts they talk a little bit too much now. That wasn't even a thought in my head or anything. Similar, even nothing similar to that type of concept was even in my head when I was playing the game. So I don't know. And if they dialed it back, the game will lack the typical levity and balanced tone we have come to expect from the franchise. I agree, was playing on Legendary with a skull and I was fighting Elite. A grunt made a joke and I did a spit take over my new Xbox, which I paid $800 for. Microsoft owes me a new one. Someone hates to smile. I like the humor and the humanizing of Master Chief. What is more aggravating is that playing the game, I cannot get how anyone can rate Halo with lower than 85. Yeah, I don't see how people can look. It's like, I can understand everybody got their own opinion, but I don't know. This game is really great to me. I don't understand if people can get this game that low of a score like that, like lower than an 8. I don't see it. The grunts are literally one of the best things about the game. I literally can't imagine Halo Infinite without them. I've been a Halo fan since I was 7 years old back in 2005. While I have a mixed thoughts on Halo 4 and I despise Halo 5, I love Halo Infinite. I think 343 had taken a step in the right direction. Also, the grunts dialogue is hilarious. Why so serious? Honestly, tired of the mentality that because something isn't funny to you means you're speaking for everyone and saying it's not funny at all. Just because it's not funny to you doesn't mean others shouldn't find it funny. People are allowed to find something else funny, Jesse. Clown. Quit having fun, lol. I don't like something, so you must just like it too. Must be a slow news cycle for this to be printed. The pic says it all. I don't get it, but apparently I don't like this picture. I see Rick Astley found a new career after giving us up. So he looks like Rick Astley, okay. I guess we played two entirely different games. Can't get enough Halo Infinite, and I'm constantly on the edge of my seat waiting for the next historical banner coming through in my headset, and I'm a 45-year-old, not some kid playing a hero game. Yeah, like I said before, I like the dialogue. Actually like listen to the dialogue that they have, that the actual enemies have when they're amongst themselves, and then Master Chief shows up with some interesting dialogue being given. So, blasphemy, they are hilarious. He must be fun at parties. Yeah. I love grunts and their talks. All this does is add more character to the grunts. To complain about such a minor thing that doesn't even impact the game overall, and there as lush little treats to the community as laughable with a joke or a complaint. Yeah, you think that the 343 giving the grunts actual personalities is he views it as a bad thing, but it's like when you want the characters, each NPC character have like their own personality. I don't see that. I thought more people would want that, but I guess not. I always saw the grunts as yappy little piranhas. Individually, they're basically harmless, but get a big group of them rushing you, and as it gets real, yeah, they're only really difficult when it's like a whole group of these little things attacking you. Like you got a few suicide ones with the grenades, and you got the regulars like shooting you. The only problem is like a whole bunch of them. There's like a few of them that are not really that big of a deal, but. And he says, I always saw it as a fun reference to the dumb aliens in fiction like Invader Zim. Imagine being so uptight you hate the comedy that the grunts bring to the game. Almost feel sorry for the dude. Yeah. The grunts and Marines are hilarious, a lot of fun. He doesn't have a clue. Hey, the circus is coming to town. Tell that clown that he's needed. It's almost like they are supposed to be corny and have terrible senses of humor. They're literally a grunt and Halo comedy evolved that talks about sucking on breasts. GTFO, LOL. The guy doesn't like sunshine, kittens, or babies. Probably hates Betty White and his life too. I had a grunt yell at me. You know what's funny, Spartan? All your friends are dead. Then he effing cackled at me, and that's not funny. F you in particular. Wow, okay. Grunts are absolutely hilarious. This a-hole obviously lacks a sense of humor. Yeah, I concur. Love the characters you run into. Yeah, so a vast majority of people, even in the comment section, agree that the grunts are hilarious. I guess it's just this guy. I'm pretty. It's probably some other people with this guy's opinion, but I didn't see anybody else with this guy's opinion, so I don't know. Like even when I was playing the game as well, I didn't have this issue. I was like, the dialogue is kind of annoying at some point. I never had that thought process in my head at all while playing the game, so I don't know. So definitely let me know your thoughts down below about this. Do you agree with this guy opinion that the grunts talk way too much? Did you have a problem with the grunts dialogue in the game and Halo Infinite at all? Let me know down below. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.